YouTube, Smooth the Trucker. How's it going, you guys? Just got back from their week on the road here in the city of Industry Yard in Southern California. So it's another good week out on the road, lots of miles, and Smooth's a happy camper. Today I kind of wanted to give you guys a tutorial. This video is going to be mostly for the new CDL big rig semi-truck drivers, people that are interested in getting their CDL or haven't really driven for a company yet. Today I want to kind of go over the hours of service rules, just to give you guys that are newer in the industry an idea of how the hours of service work when you're driving a CDL Class A 18-wheel big rig semi-truck. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the screen around here to give you guys an idea. So this is the DOT hours of service Omnitrax Qualcomm. You guys, those of you guys that are newer drivers, just getting involved in the CDL Class A big rig semi-truck driving industry, you have to abide by the DOT hours of service rules, so that way you're driving legal when you're out here on the road. So the reason why, just looking at this real fast, my clock is -4 hours and 27 minutes is because I'm a team driver for FedEx Ground, and I basically stopped in Arizona about 5 hours ago, and my partner finished out, and now we're done for the day. And my clock, I haven't had a full 10 hours and off duty yet, so that's why legally I can't drive. I have to wait about another 6 hours before I'm allowed to drive and get my hours back. But I'll go ahead and go through some of the tabs real fast so you guys have an idea of what this DOT hours of service Qualcomm kind of looks like. Basically, you can go to the summary here. So on the summary, you can see you have to take an 8-hour break. So what the 8-hour break is basically you're allowed to drive 8 hours straight without stopping, and somewhere in between the 8-hour break you have to take a 30-minute rest break, either on off duty or in the sleeper berth, and that'll reset your 8-hour clock. So basically every time you take a 30-minute rest break and you go into off duty or sleeper berth, I'll go ahead and show you guys how to do that real fast. So right now I'm in off duty. If I wanted to change and go into sleeper berth, all I do is hit change right down here, and then I can click sleeper berth. I'm not going to go into sleeper berth right now because I want to stay in off duty, but that is how you would change that. So basically, after you take a 30-minute rest break, that resets your 8-hour clock. Moving on, they have an 11-hour drive clock. So you're allowed to drive 11 hours, and then you have to take a 10-hour rest break in either sleeper berth or off duty to reset your 11-hour drive clock. And you also have a 14-hour on-duty clock. So what that is you are allowed to be on duty for up to 14 hours, and then, a 70-hour on-duty clock is you're allowed to drive, or you can be on duty 70 hours. There's also something called running on recaps. So if you go over your 70-hour clock, you can start running on recaps. So after 8 days of driving, you'll get your 7th day back. So I'll go ahead and you can go to day log right here. That'll kind of go into that. It's kind of complicated because I'm a team driver for FedEx Ground, but basically if we wanted to run on recaps, we would get the days back on the 8th day prior. It's not showing it right now because my logs haven't quite updated, but in general that's how it would work. You can also go to the graph here. So the graph basically tells you what I've done today. So far I've just been in sleeper berth for 3 hours, and I've been off duty for 1 hour and 37 minutes. That's basically because my teammate drove home from Arizona and it hasn't updated. Actually, you can go to previous. So right here you can go to previous. So that's the day before. That was my drive clock. I drove 10 hours and 14 minutes yesterday. And you can go previous, the day before. That's what we did the day before. So as you can see, it kind of works something like that. So you can go to 8 days down here. Oh, and here's where 8 days is at, guys. This will kind of explain the recaps. So basically this tells you what we did in the whole last 8 days. So as you can see, the 13th, that's day number 1. 12th, 11th, 10th, 9, 8, 7, 6. So basically, tomorrow, if I was running on recaps, I would get 10 hours and 45 minutes back on my clock. You can see down here. That would go back on my drive clock if I was low on my 70-hour clock if I was running on recaps. So that's kind of how that breaks down. Certify your logs. You're always supposed to certify your logs. I'll go ahead and do that right now. I actually haven't done that yet. So I'll hit agree. Some companies, when you're working for them, they want you to always approve and certify your logs every day. My company is a little bit more lax on that, but I'll go ahead and do it right now just to show you guys. So this is our load info. Every time we do another load, it lets us know where we're going to. So here for FedEx Ground, they have terminal numbers. So 850 is the Phoenix terminal and 923 is Rialto. That's where we dropped off our trailer within this last hour, and then I bobtailed it back over to the City of Industry Yard. Has our trailer number, bill of lading number. We didn't need that for FedEx Ground, and our end date was 6/13/2021. So going over all that stuff, you guys, I kind of hope that kind of gave you guys a general idea of the hours of service, rules and regulations you have to follow when you're out here driving semi-trucks. Everyone has to abide by the DOT hours of service. Otherwise, if you break, either the 8-hour rule, the 11-hour drive clock rule, 70-hour on-duty rule, if you break one of those rules, you'll get an hours of service violation. So it's real important you just follow those, and when you join a company, they'll go more in depth and kind of give you guys an idea of how that works and everything. So try not to get any hours of service violations. You guys will be good to go. Hope this video kind of helped you guys out. This video was kind of intended for newer CDL Class A drivers that are just getting involved with the industry. Kind of wanted to give you guys a little breakdown of how the hours of service rules work on a Qualcomm. So go ahead and comment down below if you guys have any questions. Always appreciate the support. And until the next video, you guys, Smooth the Trucker, out for now.